Welcome back to another edition of Scrapbooking in Belize, and today we'll be doing another card making tutorial. We'll be using the Stylex craft paper pad that can be found at the Stationary House, and we'll be doing a Christmas card from this. So today we'll be using these two papers out of the Stylex craft paper pad, this one and this one. So let's get started. Okay, so you can see I've already pre-cut my card base, and I'm working with a 5x7 card. So this piece of Bristol board is actually cut 7 inches by 10, and then I scored it in the middle or bend it in the middle at 5 inches to make a 5x7 card, which is considered, I believe it's an A6. Don't quote me on that one. Okay, so now we're going to put our card together. As usual, I'm using the Milan double-sided adhesive. I'll do a little measuring right about here, just to make sure. I like to cut it in half so I could get a little bit of longevity out of it. And as my suggestion, use only one scissors. So I'm just using this scissors here that I got. I'm gonna stick it here and here. Just make sure it sticks nice and tight. And put our card together now. Always make sure this is in the middle, and this piece of pink Bristol board is cut 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, so I have about a 1/8 of an inch border around each side. Okay, and then we're going to put on the white, and this piece of white Bristol board is cut 4 1/2 by 5 1/2, and again it'll give us a 1/8 border around the margins, about a 1/8 border around each corner. And now I'm using my Studmark foam tape, and I'll be using that on my little Christmas decorations here. I'm just going to cut them into little pieces. So one thing I don't like when I have one tape, so I'm going to use this scissors here. It's my Milan Scissors. It cuts through, and I see something, but I'm going to fix it right now. Let's go. See? So as you can see, I need some little strips of foam adhesive. But there's a little trick how I get this nice and neat. How I do it is, when I use base strips of foam tape like this, I like to save the backing. And I save the backing because when I need little pieces, all I do is put the backing that I saved on here. So I'll use my Milan scissors to cut it. And see? And all I'm going to do now is cut right through this. 1, 2, 3. I need about 3 pieces. I need about 6 pieces of each. 1, 2, 3. Okay. You take one and cut it into half. And that makes it so much more easier to get neat strips. Now, if you're wondering why I have not done that, it's because I decided to do a little trick here. Put that back on, put that there. There, measure that. I might need it to be a little thinner, and like I said, I could go as thin as I want with this. See, very thin. Let's measure it up a little bit. Cut this in half. Now I have here some American Craft Baker's twine that I got off the internet. And these are going to be our little ornament string. I'm not sure what you call this little string that holds up the ornaments, but I guess ornament string. So we're going to put this here. And here, we're just going to put it right there underneath here. We're going to put it on top. Make sure that's all stuck. I'm going to put that right about here. Okay, so to me this looks a little too bland, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some Christmas sticker, and I have this Christmas sticker I bought when I was studying, and I haven't really used it at all. So I'm just going to put a couple Christmas sticker in here, especially on that page. I haven't used it. So let's pull up this little Santa here. I think he's kind of sweet. Yeah, I'm just gonna put him right here, right about here. But of course you can use whatever Christmas sticker you could find. And again, I said, you know what, it still looks a little too bland, so I pulled out my markers. I have here my Milan Brush Tip and my Sargent marker, and these are all brush tip markers, and they can all be found at the Stationary House. So let's get going. So I'm going to put some dots around the center, just some red and pink dots all over, just here. And then we're going to use the cover. And as you can see, I already took out my stamp and I stamped a little Merry Christmas. And we're going to put some red and pink dots again all over. I was looking to see if I had any Merry Christmas sticker, and I didn't. So I had to use one of my stamp pads. And I'm using, I think this is from Stampendous, and this is their Christmas sentiment stamps that I use and I put there. I'm gonna put some more red all over. And I'm thinking it still looks a little too bland, so I'm gonna grab this glitter pen. And how I did this glitter pen is I made it. So I bought a brush pen, and this is one of the old brush pens that I have. And then I got this Sargent Art Tempera Metallic, liquid metallic, and again you can find this at the Stationary House. And I took the two gold colors, and I put some water. I put 1/3, I think about a third water in here, and then I put a little bit of metallic, maybe about 1/4 of that, and I fill it up back with water, and I got a metallic brush pen. Squeeze it a little bit, make sure some water comes out, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rub it over these to give this a little bit of glitter. Just gonna squeeze it a little bit to make some water come out, and all it's gonna do is give this a little bit of glitter. Because it's tempera and it's kind of like a loose acrylic, it's gonna stick, and when it dries it's gonna have just a little bit of shine, and that's exactly what we want. And look, it's coming out. Has that little bit of glitter on it. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a little bit of glitter on these. And there, we're done. Thank you so much, and join me next time for another edition of Scrapbooking in Belize. Bye.